Cleo was not just a cat, she was the queen of the house. Everything the light touched was her kingdom, and the softest spot on the sofa was her throne. The humans, a kind but clumsy species, were her loyal subjects, trained to provide food, water, and affection, on her terms. Cleo, a sleek calico with emerald eyes, ruled with absolute authority. Her days were a pleasant routine of naps, snacks, and demanding chin scratches. When guests arrived, Cleo's regal presence set the house rules. She'd perch atop the cat tree, observing with a critical gaze. A slow blink meant approval, a tail flick meant warning. The rustle of a treat bag was her royal summons, and the Millers always answered. Life was orderly, peaceful, and entirely under her control. On December 24th, Cleo supervised the wrapping of presents, batted at ribbons, and enjoyed a special breakfast of salmon pâté. The house smelled of pine and cookies, perfect for extra naps and cozy evenings. Cleo felt a deep sense of satisfaction. Her kingdom was prosperous and serene. As the afternoon sun faded, she settled onto her favorite armchair for a pre-dinner nap, purring softly. She dreamt of chasing sunbeams and imaginary mice, a queen's dream. But as she drifted off, she had no idea a silent intruder was about to challenge her reign. Her perfect harmony was about to be tested. The peace shattered as the front door opened. Mr. Miller entered, laughing, carrying a large, flat object, with Mrs. Miller close behind. Cleo's eyes snapped open. This was not the laughter that meant treats. The object was tall, wide, and headed straight for her living room. She watched, unmoving, as Mr. Miller propped it up by the fireplace. It unfolded into a man, large, round, in a red suit with a white beard and a painted-on smile, a cardboard cutout of Santa Claus. To the Millers, it was festive. To Cleo, it was an invader. This two-dimensional giant had not been vetted by her. Her purr stopped, her body tensed, tail twitching. This was not a guest, it was an imposter, a pretender, stationed in a strategic corner. Cleo narrowed her eyes. This was a challenge. The Millers admired their new decoration, wondering what Cleo thought. She did not blink, assessing the threat, her mind whirring with strategy. This silent, smiling man was an affront to her authority. Queen Cleo did not take kindly to affronts. The showdown had begun. Her kingdom was under siege. From her armchair, Cleo launched her first defense, the stare. Not just any stare, one honed by years of rule, capable of making even the vacuum cower. Her emerald eyes locked on the cardboard Santa, pouring all her royal indignation into that gaze. She held it for minutes, but the Santa's smile never faltered. Every other being responded to her stare. Humans, dogs, even dust bunnies. But this red-suited giant was immune. Cleo's tail thumped in growing impatience. The world faded away. There was only her and the intruder. Was it a scratching post? A spy sent by a rival cat? The possibilities infuriated her. She narrowed her eyes, let out a low growl, usually reserved for the mail carrier. The cardboard Santa didn't flinch. He just kept smiling. Cleo felt a rare flicker of frustration. This was an opponent unlike any she'd faced, silent, still, and unimpressed by her power. The battle of wills had begun. The Millers settled on the sofa, popcorn in hand, watching the drama unfold. "She's so mad," Leo whispered, eyes wide. Cleo, feeling their gaze, knew she had to act. The staring contest was a stalemate. A new tactic was needed. With silent grace, she slipped off the armchair, slinking low like a miniature tiger. She used the coffee table for cover, then crept along the wall, every step precise. The Millers watched, breathless. Finally, Cleo sat directly in front of the cardboard Santa, just out of reach. She resumed her stare, now face to face, a power move. She let out a soft, threatening hiss. The cardboard Santa remained indifferent. For Cleo, this was the final insult. War had been declared. The family watched, captivated by their queen's silent battle. Cleo was determined to defend her throne. The living room was now a battlefield. The first move had been made. While Cleo waged her Cold War, chaos erupted in the next room. Barnaby, the family's golden retriever, had discovered a box of tinsel. To him, it was a sparkly snake, irresistible. Soon, he was tangled from ears to tail, tinsel trailing from his mouth. He trotted into the living room, proud and sparkling, a walking disco ball. The Millers burst out laughing, snapping photos. Barnaby basked in the attention, wagging his tail and sending light everywhere. Cleo, poised for attack, paused to glare at Barnaby's ridiculous entrance. The dog was a lovable fool, ruining her dramatic moment. He sniffed her, she hissed. A piece of tinsel landed on Cleo's head. Her patience was wearing thin. The tinsel on her head was the last straw. Cleo shook it off, dignity wounded, and refocused on her true enemy. It was time for action. She darted forward, batting at the cardboard Santa's base. The cutout wobbled. Success! It could be moved. Encouraged, she batted again. Harder. The Santa swayed, his smile looking even more foolish. Cleo backed up, took a running leap, aiming for the high ground. But cardboard is slippery. She slid down the front, landing in a heap. The Millers erupted in laughter. Cleo recovered, licking her paw as if nothing had happened. But her pride was wounded. The paperman had withstood her attack and made her look foolish. She retreated under the sofa to regroup. The first battle was over. The cardboard Santa had, for now, won. From beneath the sofa, Cleo observed her kingdom, a fortress for strategic thinking. The laughter faded, Barnaby collapsed in a tinsel heap, but her focus remained on the enemy's feet. Her attack had failed, a new strategy was needed. This was a war of psychology, not force. Cleo groomed herself considering the intruder's weaknesses. It was made of paper, motionless, and demanded nothing. What if she ignored it completely? The ultimate feline insult. She'd used this tactic on humans before, turning her back until they apologized with tuna. Could it work on the paperman? With regal resolve, Cleo emerged, not glancing at the Santa. She walked past him, tail high, and leaped onto the sofa beside Mrs. Miller. She purred, loudly, demonstrating her control. Her life would proceed as normal. The war had entered a new, colder phase. She was the queen, and no cardboard could change that. The Millers watched, amused by her silent protest. The battle of indifference had begun. As evening wore on, Cleo stuck to her new strategy, pointed indifference. She avoided the Santa, moving presents away from him and napping with her back to the corner. The Millers found her silent treatment hilarious. Later, Cleo claimed the mantelpiece above the fireplace, a high, commanding perch. From there, she surveyed her kingdom humans, twinkling lights, and a tinsel-covered dog. She glanced at the Santa's red hat. He looked less intimidating from above. Peace returned. The house was warm, her family together. The cardboard man hadn't moved, stolen food, or taken her spot. He was just a flat, silly thing in the corner. Cleo let out a slow blink. Not forgiveness, but a royal decree of irrelevance. The intruder was now just scenery. She settled on the mantel, eyes drifting closed. The cat versus cardboard Santa showdown was over. There was no victor, only a truce. Cleo decided the strange man could stay, as long as he remembered his place. His place. Silent, in the corner, beneath the Queen's notice. On this peaceful Christmas Eve, that was a compromise she could accept. The kingdom was at peace once more. The Queen had spoken. As night fell, the living room glowed with tree lights. Cleo dozed on the mantel, Barnaby snored below, and the cardboard Santa stood silent guard. The chaos of the evening faded into a peaceful tableau, a home filled with love and a bit of pet-induced madness. The holidays are about grand traditions, but the best memories are in the small, unplanned moments. A cat's indignant stare, a dog's tinsel parade. These quirks add laughter and joy. Pets don't understand Christmas, but they fill our homes with energy and remind us to find joy in the little things. Cleo's pride and Barnaby's joy were the heart of the Miller family's Christmas Eve. They were the soul of the celebration. As Cleo drifted into sleep, she was exactly where she belonged, at the center of a loving, slightly eccentric kingdom, and the silent, smiling Santa stood guard, a funny footnote in the story of a perfect holiday.